So hello everyone. So we all know that there is a notification from UPSC finally, right? So today afternoon. So there are a lot of doubts on OTR as well as OBC certificates, EWS certificate. So we want to clear this mess, which is very much we are getting a lot of messages through the single video, right? So before going into this video, I want to give few clarifications as well that even after this video, there will be some queries from your side. So you can, put your doubts in the comment section so that we will clear accordingly based on your specific doubts, right? So that is one thing. And second thing, people from scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, there is no income criteria, nothing. So if you are having that certificate, valid certificate, you can avail the reservation, right? So there is no require of any, this hiccups and all. So it's a very straightforward. We are not discussing that particularly, right? Now, in this video, we will see about the OTR process, and within OTR also, there are some students who are very new. That means they are doing for the first time, and there are people who has applied previously. So for them, how it will be, and then we will discuss OBC criteria and what is the eligibility as well with the very clear, examples. And then we will also see about EWS reservation, how it can be availed, what are the eligible criteria, all those things, right? So let's begin with this one important step, that is OTR. OTR, if you have already filled previously in the UPSC notification, now you can skip the first step. That is, you can directly, let me show you the process like, yes. So this is the one. First, you need to click, we will discuss the OTR filing process. First, you need to select this link. You can just type this, or you can directly type it in the Google, that UPSC online OTR, you will get this link. Or if you are any confusion, you can just type this. It will hardly take a minute, and then you can directly go into this particular link. So you will be seen with this screen with all the steps. And if you are a person who has already filled the OTR previously, right, then you can directly click on email or mobile number or OTR ID if you have, and then get it OTP, and then fill this verification code and log into that, right? So what is happening? This OTPs we are not receiving sometimes in the inbox, rather we are getting in the spam folder. So check in the spam folder, and then you will get it in the inbox. I mean, rather than inbox, check the spam folder, and accordingly you can log in. And this is a most suitable step. Rather than giving your mobile number, it's better to give email ID, check inbox or spam folder. You will get immediately OTP and then log into that. And even if you're already a registered person, there is only one step that has been completed. That is this personal information. Personal information is the one which was completed. Rest of all the things you need to do it again. You need to upload, you need to give the new address if there, or even if you're old, in the old address, you have to fill it again. Photo, you have to do it, education, documents, parental information, everything you have to do it. Only OTR is that they have completed the personal information. That's all, right? Now, if you're a person who is applying the OTR for the first time, then you click on here, new registration, right? So once you click on this, they will ask you the details of all the basic things, personal information. You can see your name, and then verify name again, and then if there is any change in your name, they are asking that as well. Your gender, date of birth, all the personal information they are asking. Even mobile number, email ID, alternate email ID, class board, 10th roll number, right? And then some security questions to get back if you forget any details. So then you submit it, right? Again, you will see the same process. Once your personal information is done, you have to complete all these things one by one. You have to fill address, you have to upload photo, then education information, documents, parental information, everything you have to fill it very clearly, right? So either you are a new person, you will go for a new registration and come to this same process. And even if you're an old already filled person who has done, then you will log in with the OTR, and you will be skipping only the personal information. It was already recorded. After this, all the steps you have to do it again, right? So you have to submit here, and then you will get the next process. Next step, that is your citizenship, marital status, place of birth, community, all these things they will ask you. Try to do that as well. And every time you fill, you select this and save it. If you don't save it, then if you're going for the next step, then your details will not be saved. So for every step, you need to click here, and then you need to save it. Then only your details will be saved, right? Now, second, after personal information, we are having address information. Clearly fill all this address, right? And once this information is done, you click it and then save it. Then again, next step, you will be in the second step, that is photo and upload sign. There is a some conditions here. So there are many online tools. So you can just go there. You can edit, keep these pixels, whatever UPSC has asked. And if it is much more than the, this in terms of KBs or MBs, then you can again have a online tools to compress this size. So you can just use those tools and compress, satisfy all these conditions for both, photo and signature together and upload here. And once all the conditions are satisfied, you then click here and then save it again, right? Then we have the next one, that is the matriculation 10th class related details. So you need to give the details, percentage of score, CGPA, which board, everything. Again, you have to save it. Then you will go for the next step to upload the document. So here they are asking few documents which are mandatory and some which are not mandatory. So the 10th class certificate, the matriculation certificate, is a very mandatory one. You have to upload this, right? And then we have a 10th class pass certificate if it is only NDA. So as you are applying for UPSC civil services, it is not required, right? So it won't show you also anyway, but if you have, you can upload if it is showing, right? And then you have to choose one photo ID proof of you, either it is Aadhaar card, PAN card, driving license, anything. And the same one that you chose in the beginning, where you are uploading, the same you have to upload here, and also you have to carry the same one to the UPSC centers. It is not very much mandatory. They are allowing the other documents also, but it's better whatever you are filling here, try to carry the same one to your exam center as well. Then we have a age relaxation claim. That means OBC or SC, ST. So any age relaxation if you are claiming, so try to upload here. And then if you are from Northeast selective state, so you need to upload that certificate also, because in UPSC means there is no regional language paper for certain states. So that's why you have to upload that as well, right? And then if you have any achievements, any other documents that you want to upload, you can upload here, or else you can skip. There is no required, right? So once you fill all these once you fill all these documents, then you have to upload your parents' details, right? So fill it all these details, because especially for those who are claiming reservation from EWS and OBC, so they want to check it. So anyway, you give your parents' information here, and finally your employment status, if you are employed, where, when, and if not, then you can just select no. Then UPSC previous exam details, that is any attempts that you have given. No need to worry if you don't remember roll number, all those things. You can just fill it as a 0. Just choose whatever you remember. It is not very much mandatory. UPSC has their own database, so no need to worry at all, right? Then whatever the achievements that you have, languages, whatever sports medals, now they are asking. Earlier when we were giving, there is no such thing, but now they are asking these details, achievements also. Just try to fill all these things. Anyway, in DAF again they will ask you. So next is the languages that you speak and choose. So try to fill all these things as well, whatever languages you are familiar with, and then add. And finally you can submit. There is an option after this, save, and then there will be a submit. There will be last step, that is the payment of fee. So they will ask you to pay fee. You can get the scanner or any cards or any UPI. And then once that is done, then your final second registration will be there. That is to choose all this is a step 1 only. Then it will log out, and again you will be logging in with your credentials, either it is OTR or whatever the thing. So there will be a separate step in UPSC website where you have to click on the application 2. There you will be choosing the other things like exam center and all. It's a very small step. So just in UPSC website itself, once this stage 1 itself, all the process will be completed. In stage 2, just that you will be selecting the center and payment, right? So those things you can complete there. Fine. And as I said, if you have already registered person, then you can log in and you can complete all this process. Fine. So this is the approach to fill the form. So as I said, the second application will be, there will be stage 2. So you just visit the UPSC website once completing the stage 1, click on it, then choose your exam center preferences, and then your optionals, what you want to choose, whatever that is given. Then you can finally pay the fee and you can do this, right? So this stage 2 is also, I did not mention here. Anyway, you can just go through UPSC website, and once stage 1 is done, there will be a stage 2. Just click on that and try to complete that process. So that is also very important. Of course, mandatory, it is not important as such, it is a mandatory one. Then finally, once payment of fee is done, then it will pop up that your application process is done. You can download the application and you can save it for future purposes, right? So this is the OTR procedure. And there are certain queries. Some people are availing reservation now. Earlier they are in general category, or they are now availing EWS or OBC, whatever. So this OTR can be created once and can be edited once, right? In the lifetime. It is not allowed to edit again. So some people are trying to create new OTR, so that will be an issue. Don't do that. Now one of the students has called and we got a confirmation that you fill it in a general category and there will be application edit span. It is not a OTR edit, but application edit. Once the deadline is over, for a week they are giving. So there you can edit the application. You can choose the EWS or OBC, right? Because there should be a step to edit, else UPSC will itself will face a legal issue. So that's why they will surely allow you, and so try to fill it, and in the edit form you can avail the reservation as well, right? Next one is about OBC certificate. So first thing is that OBC, you all know, you might have read in the polity itself. So there are two things, creamy layer and non-creamy layer. Creamy layer are the ones who cannot avail the OBC reservation, right? Non-creamy layer are those one who can avail OBC reservation in terms of attempts as well as in terms of the cutoffs, right? So this is given to certain criteria, certain people who are backward among the OBC castes, right? So let's see details about this. First, eligibility. Who can avail this OBC reservation? First thing is that your caste should be mentioned in the NCBC list, National Commission for Backward Castes. You can just click on Google, you will get the list of castes. Go to your state and check whether your caste is there or not. If your caste is there, then you can avail the reservation, right? And second thing is that your income has no relevance. You earn 1 crore also, but it is not considered. This OBC reservation is given only based on your parents' income, right? Parents' income as well as the status. Not, they don't have any bearing on your income. No need to worry. Even if you're a person who is already employed or in business, it is only based on your parents, right? That is one thing to clear. And the certificate that you're going to take, both EWS as well as OBC, should be after 1st April 2024. That means after the financial year 2024 until the exam, closing application date, right? Now that is fine. Lot of doubts arises from the parents' income and status. So let's consider different criterias where we can classify into different parts. See, if your parents are in government employees, if both are entered in the service under group B, that means any group C or group D, irrespective of the income, irrespective of your property, you are eligible to reservation. Even if your parents' income is more than 8 lakhs. So many of the government offices, they are not aware about this rule. So carry NCBC certificate, the list, give them, show them, and then get it signed, right? So if your parents entered in group C or group D, then you can avail reservation irrespective of their income. If your parents has entered in group B and have promoted to group A below the age of 40, then you are not eligible to get the reservation. I'm repeating again. If your parents has entered into group B and they got promoted to group A post before the age of 40, you are not eligible. But if your parents entered into group B, but they have promoted when their age is more than 40 years, then you are eligible irrespective of the income, right? Irrespective of the income, you are eligible. And if your parents entered into group A, then you are not eligible irrespective of their income. You are not eligible at all if your parents entered into from entry stage itself is a group A, right? And if your parents are in a constitutional posts, mostly constitutional posts are very higher, so usually their children won't be into this services and all, they have their own plans. But anyway, if your parents, anyone, this whatever I'm discussing, if it happens to anyone also, it is applicable, right? So if anyone or both is in constitutional post, you are not eligible, right? Even if one person has entered into group D, let's say your mother has entered into group D in the beginning, but your father entered into group B and promoted to group A below the 40 age, then you are not eligible. Even if one person is having this, then you are not eligible, right? So this is the criteria. Next, if your parents are a private salaried employees, that means some IT, let's say your father is a IT employee who's earning more than 8 lakhs. Still, you can avail reservation there is no involvement of salary here. If it is a private salaried employee, even if their salary is much more than 8 lakhs, still you can avail the reservation, right? So show this to the government officials there, Tahsildar or RI, whoever signs, right? So salary is not considered as a criteria for OBC reservation. Nothing to worry, right? Even if your parents having higher salary. But if they are having the alternate source, let's say your father is working in IT, but you are getting a rental income from other sources more than 8 lakhs, then you are not eligible. Only if it is salary, and if any other income is less than 8 lakh, like property, rent, something like that, you can avail. But if other income beyond salary goes beyond 8 lakh, then you are not allowed to take the reservation, right? And if your parents, one of the parents are both owning the business, then whatever the income above 8 lakhs, you are not eligible, right? So business parents children are not eligible if their profit is more than 8 lakhs in that particular year, right? And if your parents is associated with agriculture, irrespective of the their income, you are eligible to get the reservation of OBC, right? So this is all the things that you need to consider. Still, if you have any doubts, you can put it in the comment section. Then process to get the OBC certificate. In different states, we have a different methodologies. So you can just get to the Tahsildar office, fill the form, submit all the certificates that is required, get it signed, and then it will be given, right? So that is for OBC reservation. Now coming to the EWS, economically weaker sections. So this has been introduced since 2019, right? Let's see about the eligibility as well. First is that you should or mandatory belong to the general category. First thing in the central list, right? And your family's gross income from all the sources should not exceed 8 lakhs. Any sources, agriculture, business, anything, right? So any salary also, unlike OBC where salary is not considered, but here anything income above 8 lakhs, you are not eligible to get the EWS certificate, right? And your family should not collectively or individually own the agriculture land beyond 5 acres. This is also not allowed. Unlike the OBC, here if your family or any of the person is having more than 5 acres of agriculture land, you are not eligible to get the EWS reservation, right? And your family should not own any residential flat larger than 1,000 square feet. If your family owns the flat more than 1,000 square feet, you are again ineligible to get this EWS reservation. Also, you should not own residential plot. That means a land, right? It is not a residential building, rather it is a plot. Fine. So if it is more than 100 square yards in the notified municipalities, again you are not eligible. And if it is panchayats, beyond other than municipalities, if you own more than 200 square yards, then you are again ineligible to get the EWS reservation, right? And here one more clarification is required. Under the EWS reservation, there is a family. Always we have mentioned as a family. You can see here, right? Family here means you, yourself, your parents, and siblings below the age of 18. If the sibling is there who's doing job and that particular sibling is more than 18 years age and their income is more than 8 lakhs, still you can avail reservation. They are considered as a separate family. Those persons who are having a age of 18 above and they are earning, they are considered as a separate family because they will get married and they will have a separate family. So that is the rationale behind it. So if your sibling is less than 18 and still own some business or assets, all these things, then it will be part of your family, right? And if you are a person who is married, then your wife or husband, or if your children's below age of 18 owns all these things, then also you are not eligible to get this reservation, right? So this is the criteria. And yes, of course, you will have a lot of queries again. So you can put it in the comment section and be very strict. Don't do any illegal things to get these things. Now UPSC is very strict because of some events, incident. And of course, that is wrong thing also from our side as you are preparing for civil services, right? So this is what to clear your queries. I hope most of the things are clear. And if you still have any queries, so you can reach out to us anytime, either in Telegram or put it in the comment section, right? So all the best. Thank you. Take care.